Hi. In this video, I'm recapping the second half of Cowboy Bebop. The links to other sagas are in the description. In 14th episode, the founder of the gates, Hex, felt that he need to make them safer, but was kicked out by his other partners, who then made gates official. Gates are the pathways in space to travel. Hex went missing, and after 50 years, he sent some of his people to attack the gates and make them an unsafe place, but then forgot about this mission because of becoming senile because of his old age. He just wants to play chess with others now. Bebop crew captured the people who made gates unsafe and got a common thing, a chess piece, from them. Ed used that piece on an online chessboard and connected with Hex, whose data was inside that piece. Both started playing with each other. Jet, Spike, and Faye tracked Hex's location through that chess connection and found a bohemian-themed place in the middle of the space where some other bohemian-themed people were living too. They later found Hex, who completed his game and died. The next episode, 3 years before the current year, in 2068, Faye got unfroze and had lost her memories. Her treatment bill was 300,028,000 wulongs. She was later approached by her lawyer, Whitney, who said that he'll help her get rid of her unwanted treatment bill. He also told her that she was in an accident 54 years ago when she was 20 years old and was frozen. Her ice was recently melted and she woke up after 54 years. Faye later escaped the hospital and met Whitney on her way again. He calmed her down and said that he'll definitely help her get rid of the treatment bill. They started going out with each other, but one day they started getting chased by the collection agency. Whitney let Faye escape and stayed behind to deal with them. While escaping, Faye saw an explosion that showed that Whitney died. She later found out that before dying, Whitney named Faye his sole heir and left all his money for her. She then found out that he was also in a lot of debt and now she has to cover them all too. At present time, Jet bring Whitney to Bebop, who got a bounty on his head now. Faye talked to Whitney alone for a bit, but when the police came to take Whitney with them, Faye ran away with him on her ship to ask if he really loves her or not. Spike and police followed her, so she had to give him to them. Later, Whitney told Faye that he fell in love with her when she was sleeping and called her his sleeping beauty. Bebop crew got their reward money. The next episode, Jet and his old ISSP friend, Fad, were chasing a criminal, Udai. Jet later fell into his trap and lost his arm after getting shot. That's why he used an artificial arm now. Now, he got called by Fad after so many years and he told him about Udai, who was imprisoned and was taken to another prison with other prisoners, but because of an electrical malfunction, the prisoners managed to get out of their cells and took control of the ship by killing all the security and policemen inside. Fad convinced Jet to help him capture Udai, as they were ISSP partners for a long time. Jet agreed and later they went near the prisoner's ship. Jet remembered what Udai did to his arm and went inside alone. He then told Udai in sign language to come to meet him. Both started fighting each other with guns. Udai realized that Jet came alone because of his arm and told him that the one who shot his arm was actually Fad. Fad had shot Udai and told Jet that as he was thinking about leaving ISSP soon, Fad had to perform his duty like a responsible ISSP member and so he shot him, saying that he betrayed the ISSP. Jet and Fad then shot each other like cowboys, which injured Jet's leg and killed Fad. While dying, Fad asked Jet for a cigarette, which he had quit 10 days ago. The next episode, a ship crashed on Bebop and ran away, damaging some parts of Bebop, which made the ship land on a planet nearby. It was revealed that Bebop crew haven't eaten anything for 2 days, so all of them were really hungry. Ed and Ein went outside to explore and secretly hid in a car of a cowboy girl, Coffee. Her car was later checked by police, and after seeing Ed and Ein in there, they arrested her, thinking that she kidnapped them. Ed and Ein left and later found an illegal mushroom seller, Domino, who met a man, Shaft, whose brother ate his mushrooms and died after laughing so much. He started chasing him to avenge his brother. Before leaving, Domino accidentally dropped some of his illegal mushrooms which Ed and Ein picked to eat. Ein started acting weird after eating one, so Ed took them to Bebop and tested it on other members too. They all started acting weird too, by imagining multiple stuff. Ed later found out that Domino has a bounty on his head, so he went to capture him with Ein. Coffee was in a police station and saw Ed and Ein going somewhere, so she took advantage when the policeman was distracted and started chasing them. Shaft, who failed to capture Domino earlier, saw Ed and Ein too, and as they were with Domino earlier, he also started chasing them. Ed found the ship, which crashed on Bebop earlier, and found Domino inside, who was collecting mushrooms. Ed tried to capture him, but he escaped on a train. Shaft, Coffee, Ed, and Ein, all of them started chasing him. Coffee was the bounty hunter, so she was after Domino too. Shaft fell on Coffee's car, while Ed, Ein, and Domino fell down when the train stopped because a cow came in its way. Domino told Ed that the mushrooms he's carrying contain more price than his bounty, so she should take them instead of him. Ed agreed and bring those mushrooms back. Bebop crew later found out that those mushrooms are just some regular mushrooms, so they started eating them only till they won't get something else to eat. The next episode, an anonymous sent a package for Faye, but Faye left without paying for it, thinking that it might be from the debt collectors. Spike and Jet paid for it, and Spike opened the package. There was a beta cassette inside, which they couldn't play because beta video players don't exist in that era anymore. Later, another package came for Faye, and Jet and Spike had to pay for it again as she wasn't back yet. This time there was a beta video player inside. Faye came back, but Jet asked her to pay first to watch, so she left. Then they played the video. Faye was watching it secretly. The video had Faye and some of her other classmates, who were sending a message to themselves 10 years in the future. Faye said that she isn't sure if she's spending a really good life, but it's fine by her. She cheered her future self and told her not to give up if she's going through any hard time. The next episode, Spike was on Earth and was getting his ship fixed. It was revealed that a man, Doohan, made his ship and is now trying to fix an old era spaceship. Bebop crew was waiting for Spike outside Earth as they were trying to find the bounty, Starship Pirates. They later found their ship and tried to capture them, but they sent a virus into their ships that made them unable to move. Later, Spike came back with his fixed ship to Bebop, while Bebop got fixed by Jet. Jet gave him an open radio and told him to cut his ship's mono system if Starship Pirates tried to inject the virus into his ship. Mono system helps the ship to fly. They encountered Starship Pirates again, and when they were injecting the virus into Spike's ship, Spike cut his mono system. Then he started talking to Jet with his open radio. Its signals reached Earth too, and Doohan's assistant, Miles, heard them through his radio. Jet had made the same virus that Starfish Pirates created and used it on them when they were focusing on Spike. Their ship crashed into a meteor and got destroyed. Spike found out that his ship ran out of gas, so he was ready to die now. Suddenly, Doohan appeared in the old spaceship he was working on. He let Spike land inside that spaceship, and Spike was safe now. Though they later crash landed, but were fine. The next episode, Tongpu was used as a test subject for different experiments, but one day the experiments got cancelled and he was getting released, but he suddenly started killing all the people in that lab. He did that for revenge, but he started enjoying it and started doing it for fun. The experiments made his brain like a child's and his body like a superhuman's. At present time, Tongpu killed a VIP and his bodyguards. Suddenly, Spike saw him when he was just passing by. Tongpu kills everyone who sees him, so he started attacking Spike to kill him too, but Spike managed to escape. He later got a mail from him to meet him at an amusement park. Faye knew that he was going there. Spike went there alone, and he and Tongpu fought a death match. Faye came to help Spike too, but it wasn't necessary. In the end, Tongpu saw a toy cat and remembered the cat that was in the lab and was used to watch him suffer. He lost his mind, so Spike threw a knife at him that hit his leg. He started feeling pain, symbolizing that his body has become like a normal human's body. He died after getting crushed by a giant toy of that amusement park. The next episode, Jet received a letter from his old acquaintance, Pow. After searching for his location for 3 days, he found his grave, and his daughter, Maifa, was there too, who helped him escape from some shooters. Jet later brings her to Bebop and told her why he went to Pow's grave. He showed her the mail he sent to Jet right before he died. After reading the letter, she asked Jet to help her find the Sunstone. They followed the code message written on the letter and reached a place that fulfilled all those statements. She then followed the directions from the device she was holding and found a stone at a random place. That was the Sunstone. Jet noticed that the shooters from earlier were following him, so he managed to knock one out and asked the other one about their purpose. He revealed that they are from Blue Snake Syndicate and were ordered to get the receiver of the mail Pow sent to, as they couldn't contact him. Jet knocked him out too. Maifa and Jet then suspected that Pow must still be alive. Jet later checked the Sunstone and found out that it's the piece of Earth's moon from 50 years ago. Maifa inserted the stone inside the hole of the device she carries, saying that Pow was used to keep a Sunstone with him too, so he must be trying to give them some clues about his location. Maifa then revealed that her mother left Pow 7 years ago, and since then, she hasn't met him. Jet revealed that Pow was part of Blue Snake Syndicate too, and revealed its secrets to him when he was a detective in ISSP. That must be the reason why those shooters were after him earlier. They were going through the gate to find Pow by following Maifa's device. They suddenly got attacked by Blue Snake Syndicate, so Spike and Faye fought them. They were getting the Pow's location mark, but couldn't see him there. Ed told Jet to let the stone absorb energy. They ejected the stone, and Spike shot a blast at it that opened a vortex within the hyperspace stream. Pow's ship materialized in the vortex, and he talked to Jet and Maifa. He told them that there's not much oxygen left in his ship, so he's going to die soon. Then he told Jet that he knew that he'll bring Maifa there, so that's the reason he sent him the mail. Maifa told Pow that she always hated her, but when she was about to say more, Pow died and the vortex closed. Later, she went back to Mars and everyone continued their life like before. The next episode, Teddy Bomber set up a bomb in a teddy bear in a building, but Spike caught him and defused the bomb. He then beat him up and cornered him. Teddy revealed that he has set up more bombs earlier and he'll blow them up soon. Spike asked the reason, but when he was telling him, another bounty hunter, Andy, appeared. He suspected that Spike is Teddy Bomber, so he captured him, which let the real Teddy Bomber escape and activate his bombs to blow up the central part of the building. Later, Spike came back to Bebop and told the crew about Andy. Ed searched about him and found out that he's a rich guy who has received more than 200 cases of messing with public property. They later traced Teddy's location and reached a cosplay party where he was shown with a bomb remote. Jed and Spike encountered him and asked him the reason for blowing up so much. He was about to tell them, but Andy appeared again. He started suspecting that Jed is Teddy Bomber. Real Teddy Bomber activated the bombs and escaped. Later, Ed figured out Teddy's next attack location. Spike went there alone and found him, but Andy appeared again. Teddy was about to reveal the reason for blowing up the buildings, but Spike and Andy started fighting, as both think that the other one always gets in his way. Teddy escaped, so Spike and Andy followed him. They used the elevator. Teddy told them that when their elevator will reach the top floor, it will crush the bomb containing teddy bears, which will activate the bomb. He left but got captured by Faye. Spike and Andy managed to get out of the elevator and avoided the bomb. Spike and Andy went to the roof to fight till death. While fighting, Spike punched a desk, which made the roof fall because of the chain reactions. Andy managed not to fall and claimed that he lost, as Spike's punch made the roof fall. Andy then left on his horse. Before leaving, he told Spike that he'll find a new path now that he's bored on the path of a bounty hunter. Teddy revealed that he was bombing buildings to spread awareness against the wrong path people are walking on. Andy was shown in samurai clothes. The next episode, Lons made a new religion, Scratch, where people can leave their bodies and join the infinite sea of electrons. Scratch is a device that is used for this purpose. Lon's religion forced a lot of people to suicide, so he got a bounty on his head. Faye joined them to capture Lons, but he never appear in front of the public. She went to the main secret building where Lons can watch everything around behind a screen. He used high-frequency signals to make Faye unconscious. Before losing her consciousness, Faye sent a video message to Bebop. Jet tried the Scratch device and almost became its member, but Ein bit his leg, so he took the device off. Then they used that device on Ein, as she is an animal, and Ed hacked the device to know about Lon's location. Jed and Ed went to that location and acted like father and daughter. They were in a hospital where people are sure to die and are kept alive through different machines. Jet told the guard that he lost his son many years ago and now he finally knows that he's admitted to that hospital. That's why he wants to see him in his final moments. The guard let them go to the patient's area. Spike traced the location from where Faye sent them the message and reached the place where Faye was laying unconscious. Spike asked Lons why he kills his followers, so he told him that he just simply made a religion and added stuff in it for people to follow. Then he used the television to spread his message in a unique way. People just got impressed by his religion and started following him. He never forced anyone. Jed and Ed reached the patient's area and saw a kid, Ronnie Spangen, who used to be a hacker but got into an accident. Since then, he created his own character and used him to just fulfill his fantasy ideas. Ed turned off his connections with the outside world and let him stay like other patients. The next episode, Faye was trying to find the location that was in the cassette. Ed said that she thinks that she knows where it is. Next morning, Jet and Spike came to know that their ship has landed on Earth except on Mars. Faye and Ed were going to find that place. Ed then brings Faye to an orphanage where she used to live once. Clara told Ed that her father was searching for her, saying that he forgot that he put her in the orphanage once. Her father, Appledeli Sinas Hesaplatvan, was shown searching for the recently dropped meteors with his partner, McIntyre. Faye and Ed went to a city where Faye found her friend, Sally Young. Sally was about to tell her why she got frozen after the accident, but Faye left without knowing it. They came back to Bebop. Jed and Spike searched for bounties on Earth and found Appledeli with a bounty of 50 million on his head. Faye got a memory that she was going to space with her family and suddenly their spaceship malfunctioned, which killed her parents. They were from a rich family, so she got frozen. Her father must have decided that in his life. She started going to that city again. Jed and Spike went to capture Appledeli. Appledeli said he hasn't done anything illegal and is just trying to create a new map of the world by going wherever the meteors fall. Spike fought him a bit, but suddenly Ed appeared and reunited with her father. It was revealed that Ed was the one who put a bounty on his head to find him, and the bounty was actually 50 wulongs. Jed and Spike couldn't see the point after 50. Appledeli and McIntyre left when another meteor fell. Faye reached the city again and remembered the way to her house. She reached there, but it was destroyed because no one was its owner anymore. Faye started living on a rectangle she drew with her house. Ed left Bebop too, while Line left with her. Jet and Spike were the only two left like before. The next episode, Julia came back to her home and received a message to go somewhere else as she's in danger there. Vicious attacked the van to kill them, but they knew that he'll do it through a fortune teller. He was cornered by Van's men and his execution was scheduled. Jet and Spike were in a bar. They suddenly got attacked by Red Dragon Syndicate on the van's order. Suddenly, Lin's brother, Shin, appeared and told Spike that Vicious will get executed soon and he and Julia both are in danger too. He then told Spike about Julia's location and let them escape from that bar. He himself stayed there to fight the syndicate. Then Spike's past was shown. He and Julia loved each other and wanted to leave the Red Dragon Syndicate together to escape from that world and live a life somewhere else. It is a rule that if someone leaves the syndicate, they'll get killed, but they didn't care. Later, Vicious came to know that they were planning to leave the syndicate, so he told Julia not to leave or he'll force her to kill Spike with her own hands. When Spike left the syndicate and came to pick Julia up, she refused to go with him without telling him the reason. As already planned, some members of the syndicate who knew Spike told the syndicate that they have killed him. That's how he was able to stay away from the syndicate and started his dream job as a cowboy with a partner, Jet. Now, Spike told Faye to come back to Bebop, but she refused. She then found Julia getting chased by the syndicate. Syndicate accidentally shot Faye's ship, so she shot their tire. Julia gave her a lift and she helped her to escape from the syndicate. They later talked to each other about stuff. Julia then dropped her back to where she picked her up and told her to tell Spike to meet her at a specific place. She left. Faye came back to Bebop. Suddenly, the syndicate came there to kill Spike. While leaving to fight back, he came to know that Julia is waiting for him. Spike and Faye started fighting the syndicate. Vicious was about to be executed, but his bird appeared and blasted itself to cause a smokescreen. There were some of Vicious's teammates among the executioners who attacked other members and freed Vicious. Vicious then killed the van with his sword. Jet told Spike to go to Julia while he and Faye fought the syndicate. Vicious became the new boss of the Red Dragon Syndicate. Spike reached a graveyard where he met Julia. In the last episode, Spike and Julia came to Annie, but she was stabbed by Red Dragon Syndicate when they asked her about Spike's location and she lied. She told them that Vicious has killed the van too and later died. Suddenly, they got attacked by Red Dragon Syndicate again. While escaping, a member shot Julia. Julia then died. Later, Spike came back to Bebop to eat food that Jet made. He told him about a story of two cats who loved each other, but when one cat died, the other one cried a lot for her and died too. Spike was leaving and met Faye on his way. Faye told him that she got her memories back and went to her home, but there was nothing there anymore. That's why she came back to Bebop, but now he's leaving. Spike told her that he'll just try to wake up from a big bad dream. Later, Spike went to the main base of Red Dragon Syndicate and started fighting everyone there. He met Shin, who helped him defeat others and told him where Vicious is. He later got shot by a member and before dying, he told Spike to kill Vicious to avenge his brother, Lin, who died because of him. Spike then reached the top and bombed that floor. There, he met Vicious and both fought till death. After some fight, Spike shot Vicious and Vicious sliced Spike's stomach. Vicious died. While Spike remembered that before dying, Julia told Spike that she was just having a bad dream. While leaving, Spike made a gun with his fingers, said bang, and died.